So right now we're in, and this is Pete.
Big Marky Mark. Back in Philly finally.
Mark's here. Mark's back in Philly, and you haven't recorded with me since the early days.
Pre this setup.
Yeah, back when we were doing a fitness podcast.
Yes.
And tonight is episode 27, and we're going to be talking Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah.
So hit the theme music. To the theme song.
Nice.
That's the first time you heard it?
First time. Was that Norm singing that?
You are cracking up. Nah, I just paid some dudes money off of Fiverr.com.
Nice.
And like sending it to different people and got in like different segments and mixed it together. That was like my crash course. And
definitely sounds like you pulled that from like a 1980s movie of some sort.
Well, Dream Warriors is the third Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's where Norm and I came. Well, Norm had the epiphany of what we should call the podcast, because the origin of this was we were doing a recorded session for our comic book.
Yeah.
And I've been documenting that, and we just got talking about movies, and it just led into like a whole big movie discussion that was like an hour long. So at that point, I was like, let's keep this going. We gotta call it something.
Yeah.
And he said Dream Warriors, and I'm like, oh god, I love that movie. Like him and I are both like, because Dream Warriors is almost like a Avengers Nightmare on Elm Street, where there's 5 or 6 kids that harness their dreams and they become Dream Warriors. So they do things in their dreams to fight Freddy Krueger.
Oh, that's right.
And Freddy still kills them one by one.
Yeah.
But each one has like.
But that's their plan, is to try to kill him in their dreams.
Right.
They surmise like the only way we can get him is in our dreams, because he gets us in real life through our dreams.
That's Dream Warriors.
Nice.
So this is a little bit of a big night, right? Cause
yeah, man.
Is this our third Fast and Furious that we're seeing? I thought we skipped 5, but we saw 7 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 6 and 7. The car flip 1. Yep. Okay. Yeah, the one with the I love that car. the car that flips cars, and then the Dubai one.
Yeah.
Which is like, man. Dude, you know what? The one thing I look forward to the most in these movies, and no one talks about this. Everyone on like YouTube and all the other review outlets talk about the insane action, and you just have to go with it. No, these movies have slow motion shots of girls wiggling their butts at least 3 times. It's
like a Girls Gone Wild clip.
Yeah,
that's been approved for movies.
Right.
And they don't show any of the crazy stuff, but they show all the pre-crazy stuff that you see like on the infomercials.
Dude, I remember in this one, they have the hacker girl get up from the beach.
Yeah. Dude, and then there's music playing, and she's like slow motion walking.
See her like butt, and dude, I'm like, yeah. Like these are, and someone today was like, I can't get behind those movies. They're not about car racing anymore, and like this and that. And I'm like, all right, apparently you missed the whole concept of like what these newer movies are. But why wouldn't you watch it for the butts?
for the pure entertainment value of the women in the. Well, what they're doing is and this is what I think what you're saying that people forget is the same way they emulate the cars, they emulate the women. Yes. It's the exact same thing that they do.
Sorry, I had to grab my phone. My phone just went off.
I thought I heard that.
Yeah, we're doing a really poor job in keeping this professional sounding. Okay. Yeah, we're not. I got to put down silent.
The bat mode.
Look, can I read you my last 3 text messages?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go into this one. OMG, so glad to be home. Jesus, I forgot how much working at a real hospital was. Ha 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 ha. 1 minute later. I think I sat down only on my lunch break the whole day. Okay. Text message number 2. We're just going off of like what got sent the last like couple minutes.
Yeah.
What up, faggot?
Best intro ever.
Okay, here we go. Next one. Yo, just checking in. What's up? You ready for May 8th? Amar.
What the hell is?
It's a heavy metal band I'm seeing with.
Oh, okay.
With a friend of mine. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm like, what the hell is May 8th? I'm like, you mean May 5th? Cinco de Mayo? A few days off there, buddy.
Next message. Have a good workout. You want to see the picture of this girl?
Of course. Does the Pope poop in his hat?
It's hard to you can't really see that little thumbnail.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
dude.
That's a good one.
Where's that one at?
She's actually on Fairmount.
And why is she not under the table right now?
Because she's a respectable, classy citizen.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Next one. No, you. I gotta respond to that one.
I don't even know what the response to that's going to be.
Yeah,
that's so out of context.
And let's see here. Okay, next. We were only supposed to do 2. Now we're going through my entire thread.
I was going to say, we're way past 2, man. Just keep it going. How far down the rabbit hole do we go?
15 minutes ago, so it still qualifies.
Oh, yeah.
So wasn't sure if we were going early out and hit a bar. I crashed out early last night. That was someone hitting me up.
Gotcha.
And I think that's it. I think that's within the last couple minutes.
So what's the roster actually looking like nowadays?
The roster's look. I kept it easy the last 2 weeks because I had to contract everything, contract the we just doing business stuff essentially.
Yeah.
Roster is not bad. You want to see real quick though. Well, maybe do. I'm not going to say the source of this one.
Keeping it close to the vest, huh?
This one right now. I'm going to show it to you. Do not grab my phone because I know you're a phone grabber.
Damn it, you know me too well, Peter.
All right.
You are a habitual phone grabber.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
See, I gotta prep you because I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Oh my God. Well, I see it again. No, that was too quick. That was too quick.
Do another one.
Holy moly.
Okay, I'll just do one more. Just do one. Wait, hold up. I forgot. Wait. There was this really good one. Hold up.
Oh man.
Really good one. Right here. I'm excited just looking at it again.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Can I say something without you getting pissed off?
Let's do one more. Okay.
You know what that reminds me of?
Oh, don't say what.
Like an upgraded version of her. Like upgraded to the T.
Oh.
like that's a pre serum Captain America, and that's post serum.
No, like like when Goku goes Super Saiyan.
Yes, but like a hotness Super Saiyan. Like if Super Saiyan was like for women, like they went from regular to like super hot. That's her Super Saiyan right there.
All right, and give me one.
That's on a whole other level, dude.
Yeah, it really.
She looks a little bit on the young side though in that pic.
Yeah, sometimes they are.
I love how you just roll it. Yeah, sometimes they are.
All right, here we go. Here's one.
Nice.
This is hold up here, and let's let me just.
She kind of looks like a girl that Luke used to work with.
Good old Luke. How's he doing?
Dude, he's back in the city, man. I hung out with him last Saturday for like a hot second.
Here we go. This is the award winner. So
nice.
So that's that. So like that.
Are they all from the same source?
So as of right now, somewhat, yeah. Right now there's like no real active roster because I've been focused on business the last 2 weeks and overhauling everything. Sleeping very little.
Yeah.
But
what you were saying before, yeah.
Yeah, and there was like a couple fallouts, like one in particular, like you matter.
Yeah.
Where kind of, I don't know, thermal nuclear meltdown and just kind of left a. It's almost like that whole interaction, just being vague here. We'll just be vague. It's almost like you're eating like a cheeseburger.
Okay.
And it's so good. And then you get towards the center, and it just starts tasting different. Starts tasting
Kind of because it's been too much to that point. Like it's too much cheeseburger.
It just tastes different. It's maybe the cheeseburger's acting different. Yeah, but
it wouldn't act like a cheeseburger, it act like a grilled cheese sandwich, which I just can't get on board with.
But in all, the objective right now though is to accelerate everything, especially this again.
Yeah.
Took a little bit pause after episode 25. Wanted to record with my sister. Longest release now. I recorded with my sister almost a week ago.
Oh wow.
I haven't released it yet because I wanted to get on the roll. So looking right now should be you and I.
Okay.
And then Norm and I are going to record on Sunday.
Nice.
So I should be able to have 3 releases in maybe like 3 days.
There you go.
Okay. So this will get released on Sunday. My sister's episode 26 will get released this coming Saturday, which is tomorrow. And that's kind of like where we are with this. But I mean, it's different because it's like you have to control where the energy goes.
Yeah.
And for a while, it really did go towards women and dating and like just kind of having fun, just having a good time, and and being as cordial about all that as possible.
Well, and like you said before, you get into a zone sometimes, and your energy shifts towards that. Even though you're doing your regular day-to-day thing, you've got your work stuff, but you've picked up on the workflow and your side stuff.
Yeah.
Your side businesses, and
I just want to say this. I 100% would looking for a girlfriend, looking for someone to balance me out. That is always an objective of mine.
Yeah.
I just believe in achieving that through abundance, which is it's not going to be through starvation. I'm going to choose, and I'm going to choose one that lines up like the right way.
Yeah.
And and having some of my things aligned, and I really think someone being like a hustler is so prime because it would be so little for me to explain.
Yeah.
Like at that point, why'd you only sleep 2 hours?
Well, you almost need you need a female entrepreneur, whether she owns a bakery, whether she owns a hair salon, whether she owns a direct mailing service, whatever it is that she does, she does well.
Cam girl.
Or that.
Cam soda. you know how I know what cam soda even is?
I'm afraid to ask.
Because I follow Tori Black on Instagram, and she's always promoting her cam soda account. Oh, and I also Asa Akira. I think they're both on cam soda, and I love both of their accounts. I'll be like in the meeting, it'll come up.
Do we want to explain who those women are?
They're porn stars.
Okay, all right.
They're legitimate porn stars, not just people in porn. These are the stars of the industry.
So when you say legitimate, what legitimizes them?
Well, no, I'm not. Well, number 100%. Like it's legitimate because they're the top of the industry. But a lot of people label a porn actress as a porn star. It's an inaccurate label, meaning that if you're a girl, you're in the movie, you're a porn star. No, you're a porn actress. There's only a few stars in the industry.
Okay.
Same as like football.
So like Jenna Jameson and
Jenna Jameson.
Certain like names that like even a household name, even for porn.
Yeah, like Sasha Grey, porn star.
Yeah.
Jenna Jameson, porn star.
Yeah.
Asa Akira, porn star. Tori Black, porn star.
But there's
Phoenix Marie, porn star.
But there's a lot of. But I said there's a lot of names though.
Alexis Texas, porn star. God, I love that girl.
Because the name or
no, because she has the biggest, juiciest butt. And she's got like awesome hips, and she's like small on top.
Yeah.
But she's like super pretty, and I don't know, man. She does like
Best segue ever. And she's a lot of anal.
Tell me what these movies mean to you. These Fast and Furious movies.
So I grew up in the Fast and Furious age. I grew up the very first one. Yeah. There was 500 people lined up at a AMC in Hamilton, New Jersey, and this area of the country, PA, Jersey, New York, is the mecca for crappy hooked up cars. Like cheap, like you can't go anywhere else in the world and find that many for that time frame of
Yeah.
like undesirably hooked up cars that no one would want to buy from anybody else.
Let me just take your thought and explain it. And I didn't take any notes before we sat down because I wanted my few catch-up episodes to be like spitball sessions.
Yeah.
And we're experimenting with a couple different formats here. Okay. So, there's no notes. I would have looked this up to verify. But I think that the Fast and Furious franchise jump-started the customizing car craze that MTV picked up with Pimp My Ride.
Yep.
Okay.
Hands down.
Right. And,
Yep.
and that echoed into imitations, reality TV programming, so on and so forth. There was a comic book series. I remember it was a Japanese one called Initial D.
Yeah.
It became a really good cartoon series. Might have been only like 15 or 16 episodes. Oh, we got rain coming. That's rain coming in. But all right, you know what?
Wow.
We're gonna have to stop recording because we're not in a good recording environment. So, but anyway, we're drinking alcohol. We're drinking tequila. We're going to drink more tequila, and then we're going to go see Furious 8.
You betcha.
The Fate of the Furious.
That's right.
And we're going to drink more alcohol, what are we going to do? We're going to come back and record more.
Dude, we're gonna be so amped from this movie.
I
might flip the recording table as we're talking.
Let me tell you one of my memories of the dude. Oh, I remember the last one now. That was when we were at the Rap Shack. Kate.
Oh my gosh.
That was with the gay guy Ron.
Yes,
dude.
Wow.
That was a downhill night. That was an epic night.
Wow,
that was crazy.
I haven't even thought about that night in over
because I remember
year or
you
two.
got so lit up every time they fought in Furious 7.
Yeah.
You were like, hey! You were like cheering him on. I'm just like, oh my god, he's like, and we were in the back of the
I was like
theater,
shadow boxing in my seat with the movie.
Next to a girl. Girl's like, girl you just met. Her like, hands on your leg.
Pulled her from the restaurant.
I'm next to the gay guy.
As always.
The gay guy Ron. I'm just like, and I'm like, oh my god.
Like, what is happening?
You were so amped up for whatever fight we were watching.
And I don't remember seeing the movie. I had to go back and see it again with my brother the next weekend.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember what happened in the movie. I don't remember seeing it.
You know what? I'll say this. It took me a while to understand what happened in 6. Because I completely forgot 6. I remembered 1 through 3, 4, or 4 being the return movie.
Yeah.
5 being the death of Rodriguez.
Yep.
And then I remembered 7.
Yep.
And for the longest time, I couldn't remember 8 until I just bought it on Amazon Instant and watched it for like a week straight to memorize it. Cause like I don't know why, it was forgetful. And the only reason why I love 7 is how they set up Jason Statham's entrance in that movie as a guy that they beat up at the end of 6. And
well, no, his brother, you mean?
Right.
They basically Owen Shaw, who's the main villain of that.
Yeah.
And they overtake him and get whatever the plot is, and then they come back and then.
And I guess like Furious 6, the best way to describe that is like they fight an anti-Dom Toretto team.
Yeah. Same team. Right. Opposite side of the spectrum.
Exactly.
So same team, same skills.
World.
Yeah,
Bizarro
exactly.
World.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the one with the flip car which is now like the staple Fast and Furious vehicle. The fucking flip car. The car that just flips all the cars. It's the best thing.
They're like, oh, it's a slant car. You hear it going through those gears. I'm like, dude, it's a car that flips cars. Who cares what kind of gears it's going through?
And you know what I love though? I love how like there's nothing but awesome, fun concepts in the Fast and Furious movies that somehow do not make it to action figures and toys.
Yeah.
Like, how does a flip car not become something like that every kid has to flip over their friends' cars and whatever? Like, it should just be like there should be a remote control flip car that flips the family dog over.
It might be because it's like a custom hydraulic system for the suspension. Like, there might be some very sophisticated technology.
Dude, they can do so many things right now.
That's
they
true.
can do so many.
There's so many spin-offs on those cars. That's very true.
I have a phone now that streams porn. We can do anything.
I have a phone now that streams porn.
The limits are endless, Mark.
Let's not forget that. Like, I have a phone that can download programs that then deliver food anywhere I am, any kind of food. I have a phone that streams porn. Anything is possible in this life.
We hit the apex. All right, look, we're already 20 minutes in. Let's just drink it lit up. We're gonna take an Uber to the movie. We're catching a 10:15 movie. Dude, we have about 15 minutes. We have about 15 minutes to maybe drink. It's already 9:12.
Oh wow, yeah, we gotta get a little.
We have like an hour. I hope Uber's on through the roof with the rain.
Yeah, we might have to get on that.
I don't know. Oh my god, dude, it is coming. You hear that?
Yeah, and I'm wearing my my very thin, very non-water resistant shoes.
I was going to. Well, I'm wearing Vans because that's all I wear. But I was going to wear my chino shorts and a hoodie because it felt like a perfect night for that. And now I'm going like what? Anyway, I'm upset. Let's just drink more alcohol and wash away some of our bad feelings. Yeah. Okay, and we're done. Signing off temporarily.
All right, see you soon.
Okay, and here we are.
Back again.
Back, just saw the movie.
What movie?
The Fate of the Furious.
Oh, yeah, that one.
How are you feeling right now? We drank just about a half a bottle of tequila tonight.
I feel kind of just cool, calm, and relaxed.
In a nice drink, nice concoction.
I've been on a tequila binge for the last month.
Yeah.
I hit up Elvez. And I haven't turned back.
You didn't tell me. I felt bad. I had gold tequila. You didn't tell me you wanted silver. I would have had silver.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I know you always have a good variety. So
yeah, I'm like right at that precipice of restocking.
Yeah,
because it's like plenty of rum. I have plenty of.
I saw some whiskey over there
whiskey.
too.
Yeah, we got a couple whiskey jugs, and then handles. And then
same thing.
Yeah, I got some beer. Like we're stocked with whenever Norm's over, I always like to have nice beer. And then we're out of vodka. We're now almost out of tequila.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so
you are welcome.
Yeah, so it's just one of those runs. It's like gotta just hit the liquor store and fuel up.
Well, it's funny because I was.
It's mostly vodka. Like that's like when you tell people like, hey, I have a bar, people are like, oh, so you have vodka. Like that's all they really care about.
So you have multiple flavors of vodka. That's what you're telling me.
They're you know what? I do have plenty of flavored vodka.
I know. I saw the bottles.
Yeah, because you know what it is. Whenever I'm in Jersey, and I spend the night at my parents', one of the things I started doing was like, hey, when you drop me back into Philly. Or if they drive me to the speed line, I always
swing to Joe Canals.
Well, I always hit the liquor store on the way in, and usually I'm with my mother, so I'll have her pick out a Pinnacle vodka flavor for me. Like she'll be like, caramel apple sounds good, like whipped cream sounds good, and it's like boom, like. And then I had this girl. She was she did public relations for. Like the Philadelphia art community, she worked with a lot of like local galleries, Philadelphia galleries and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I would have her over, and she was like a really good like mixologist. I think she may have done it before, but she would put those crazy Pinnacle flavors together with stuff and make us like shots and drinks while she was hanging out here, and some of it was like so freaking good.
That's it's funny you mention that because I remember Matt and Alyssa, and Matt has become a mixologist himself. His brother bought him that book, The 3-Bottle Bar, and so he's always got like fresh grapefruit, whiskey, and like a couple other, and like a vermouth, and something else, and a gin, and that's all he has. Yeah. But he was telling me all the concoctions he was making, and Alyssa's like, all right, you can. He's like, I want to get a bar. She's like, all right, you can get a bar as long as it doesn't look like a bar. So he's got one of these. They got like one of these crazy ridiculous sales at like Pottery Barn or Crate and Barrel or whatever, and it's this really 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 nice chest that opens up in their kitchen.
I think I've seen some of those.
And it looks cool. Like, and it's a bar, but when it's closed, it just looks like a cabinet. Like you got all kinds of crap on top of it.
That's awesome.
There's like a tray of like all their it's like their crap tray on top of it, and they've got this sick bar inside.
So I'm just paying attention to Dallas. He is going crazy. What does he have? What's he doing?
He's just picking up the carpet.
Is he? He's got the demon in him. He is possessed. Look at him.
That's the DeLuca demon.
Man, he is amped. Yeah. So let's talk about this movie. What's your overall impression?
They found a way to take it, like when we were walking out, I was like, just when you think they can't do anything else,
yeah,
and you think it's going to be, you think you know what you're saying just from the preview,
yeah,
and obviously the general shtick was that Dom turns on the group that he's been the leader of,
yeah,
in all the
I'll tell
movies
you,
since the first one.
I'll tell you what I like what they did, and for the first maybe like 30-45 minutes, man, that tequila was like hitting me, and you finished yours while we were getting popcorn. And I was still drinking mine because it was 2 shots in both of those.
Wow.
So we did 2 shots before we left, effectively based on my measurements.
Okay.
So
we had one. We had the first one, then we had the hurry up one.
Yeah.
And then the roadies.
Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
5, 6, yeah, and then
Now.
Yeah, then now, yeah.
Dude, the funny thing is, I was nursing a tequila hangover today.
Yeah.
All day until I got down here.
Yeah.
And then I felt right as rain again.
Well, our first run of tequila drinks too also had a 1-week-old Red Bull as one of the ingredients that you found lying around here that I was like looking for. I was looking for like Monday night. We're in Friday night now because I found
the golden ticket. Literally,
I found Red Bulls in my bag on Monday, and I was so excited because I forgot that I bought them, and I was just like doing work around here, like blasting the Joe Rogan podcast and like being in my like productive mode.
Yeah,
and I was so happy, and I drank one. And a couple hours went by and went for the second one. And I just remember drinking half of the second one and it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't find it.
I found it.
You were like, what's this? And I'm I'm like,
no, you literally,
yeah,
was that yours?
Like,
I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, is that
nah,
yours?
man, that's been chilling there, dude.
And I'm like, oh, that's the one I was looking for.
More than 72 hours ago.
1 week stale Red Bull was our
dude. It's like the
Chernobyl.
From Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tub without it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tequila without it.
But getting back, the one thing I really, really, really liked about this movie, though, was that they went into her leverage over Dom early. Like, it wasn't a revelation. Like, they kind of were like, let's just get through with this. I like fake killing Jason Statham. That was a total gotcha.
Yep.
They killed the girl.
Yeah.
The girl from 6, right? 6, yeah. No, 5.
Yeah. She's from 2 of them. Because she's from 5. He meets her in 5.
Right.
Before they do heist in Rio.
Yeah.
And then she's in 6 in the beginning when he finds out Letty's alive. Mm-hmm. And he leaves her there. Yeah. And at the end of that, I know she's in 7 too. Because she's in the very beginning of 7. Remember, that's how The Rock ends up in hospital.
Oh, right.
Because she comes back in the office when The Rock and Statham are duking it out. And he throws like a charge. Right. A grenade charge.
Yeah, and then he
jumps in front of her, grabs her, and they blow out the window.
Yeah.
And land 4 stories down on top of a military grade vehicle.
That's how The Rock ends up
with some minor scratches in the hospital with just a fractured arm. That's all it is.
But I thought this movie was still smart. I thought they still honored the car culture. I thought they opened with butt shots.
It's not an FF if it's not butt shots.
We were just talking about how
the premise of that,
yeah, and I don't understand
the glue that holds these films together.
The people that review these movies and that get all of this traffic, and I get it. Like I'm not knocking it. They just want to just repeat the same talking points, which is it's ridiculous and you just have to go with it. That's what they all say. Yeah, and I'm like, no. What about the butts?
But you know what's funny is that they've actually gotten away. They've actually gotten away. The crazy thing to me is they made a huge paradigm shift in what these movies were about, and they've grown in culture. When these movies started, the initial movie was about that culture.
Yeah, it was,
and they created the culture from the movie.
Yeah, and it was like
because you didn't know about it, but you knew about it.
Yeah, it brought it to the forefront. Gave you a side of something that you kind of had like indications of, and you might have seen like magazines here and there. And
dude, we chased it down to Holstein.
Yeah,
me and my buddies in Bucks County in the burbs. We'd fly down 95. we'd go to Holstein.
Yeah.
And you just line up, and people were just pulling up to the line
Yeah.
and just racing.
Yeah, it's
And it was like for years, it was like that.
It's kind of funny. I think the only one of the 8 that's a pure race movie in my eyes, even though it still has a crime element, is Tokyo Drift. Because that's the only one that is like the guys training throughout the movie for one big race, even though like the race has like criminal stakes.
Yeah.
But it's like and then you learn about what they're doing to the cars to make a drift, what drifting is, because even drifting was more alien than car culture was for the original Fast and Furious. Like drifting was like people had, and I think that's why that movie, like that was like a bet.
Yeah.
Like the studio was like, hey, this could really take off. It could really capture people. Because like it's
a whole other side of the
it's starting in the East and it's so popular. It's now in the West and people are doing it in the West. Let's capture this real quick, and it didn't. It kind of fell flat, and they got lucky, but being able to pull everyone back together.
Yeah.
For the fourth one, The Fast and no Fast and Furious. The first one is The Fast and Furious, and they got lucky with that, but they kind of set that up at the end of the third one too.
But what's funny is that the car culture that they captured in the first and the third, they make sure to capture it in some way, shape, or form in every movie, but it keeps getting further and further and further away from that.
Yeah.
The only part of that in that culture in this one was literally the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
After that, it's gone. You got cool cars, and I love the cool cars, and I love the, they keep switching around from the types of cars and what you're getting into, but now it's a military operation with these sick cars, which the military doesn't do.
Right.
They do not do that.
Well,
they don't have black ops crews of civilians in Bentleys and Lamborghinis.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing.
And military hybrid tanks.
I guess
Come
they're
on.
they're technically.
They don't do that shit.
Like, I think they're technically not civilians because they have a deal with what's his name to exonerate the wreckers and to give them a clean slate. And,
but they're essentially they're an off the books black ops crew.
Right, yeah.
Military doesn't do that with civilian cars.
No.
Lamborghinis or Ferraris or Bentleys to be exact.
But
like,
the
come
thing
on.
is, though, but they do set up that maybe these cars definitely have more to them because these cars are always in like workshops and you always see people working on them. Like like it's not like they're just like
they're saying that they come across these cars is different. Yes, no.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying the whole premise of it, when you look at it, like I'm not trying to rip it apart, but it's just funny because like I'll give you an example. In the shopping center I'm at right now, they just moved the Marine recruiting headquarters into my shopping center. Okay. So the guy who oversees the entire region of Marine recruiters is this big dude. I won't give his name out, obviously, for personal reasons. And he comes in and he lays stuff out that I will never know about the military because I'll never be in his shoes. I'll never be in his rank. I'll never be in his scenario.
Yeah.
And he lays stuff out, and it's hysterical because, for example, everything that's going on right now, people are like, oh, Syria, North Korea. He looks at us and he's talking to me, my coworker. He's like, 14 minutes. And we're like, what? He's like, that's all it would take us to literally blow them off the face of the earth. 14 minutes. Everyone's so freaking out. Like, if we literally went to war, it'd be over in 14 minutes. Mm-hmm. He's like, look at it. He showed me a picture of North Korea at night from a satellite view.
Oh, it's black.
Dude, there's 4 dots in the center of Pyongyang. That's it. That's it. That's the only city.
Yeah.
He's like, you blow it up, it's over.
Yeah.
They have some maybe other military installations that they don't keep lit up at night, and that's it.
Yeah, it's
it's over.
It's a divide too, but that's why there's we'll maybe talk about this real quick. That's why those countries posture the way that they do.
Yeah.
That's why they have a posturing. It's also why they dislike America. They dislike American culture because those people, even the leaders, are suffering to a point.
Yeah.
Like they're suffering to a extreme, and they know we're not suffering.
Yeah.
They know even our poor aren't suffering the way that their poor are suffering.
Yeah.
And it just creates anger and angst, and there's nothing you can do. I mean, like if the U.S. never invaded Iraq, parts of that world would still hate the U.S. with as much fury that they hate it now.
Yeah.
Like it might be like
It would come from a different
might
angle.
be dialed down a little bit, but not. Like I said, they hate the American way of life because there's no struggle, there's no strife. The only turmoil is what the privilege create.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
And that's why they want to come to this when they want to come to this country. That's why immigration is a big thing. They don't want to acclimate into the culture. They want to come in and change the culture.
Yeah.
Which is way different than the immigrants of old. The immigrants of old came in and they acclimated.
Yes.
They rolled into the culture. They rolled into American society. You know, like there used to be Italian towns and Irish towns.
And Polish town.
And they absorb into the American culture. They get westernized. And those towns go away. It took a couple generations, but those towns go away. It's not like that now. Yeah. Now it's
you have pockets of different races and different cultures,
different
and
languages.
it doesn't dissipate.
And it's a problem. And the thing is, though, there's a political party that just wants to give those people handouts and buy their votes, and they're incentivizing themselves to fight against any type of immigration control or crossing the border. But you can't get upset about that because it is a breaking of a law, period.
Well, we talked about that one.
And you can't.
That one video where there's there's one professor, and I don't know if he's from Oxford or where he's from, but he's a little bit I think a British accent, and he's going and he's using carafes with gumballs to embody. Every gumball stands for a million people. And he has all the, puts all the different countries, how many millions of people are in these countries or billions of people in these countries. And he shows, he's like, we take the 1 million, and he circles around like a Hennessy glass or cognac glass. And he throws it in. And he's like, we feel like we're doing some huge humanitarian effort. And all we're ultimately doing is taking the best and brightest from these countries that ordinarily these people would stay, and they would become the pioneers to create change and help to eradicate the poverty, the water issues of these countries, and we incentivize them to come and go to Wharton and go to Yale and go to Harvard and go to Princeton, and they come over here and then they stay here.
Wow.
Then they stay and they get jobs at huge companies where they start their own companies, and they bring some more people overseas to work for these companies, and we actually all we do is make those countries worse. By bringing the best and brightest over here, because this is where all the money's at. Well, there's no money in their countries. That's why.
That it's like it's a level of freedom that they don't. A lot of these people are they're controlled by the state over there. Yeah, like that's what a lot of those countries do.
Their money isn't theirs.
They identify talent, they pull in the talent, and the talent needs to work for the state to have security. Yeah. Period. Yeah. Okay. But that's again, but real quick, enough about that. What did you feel about the way how this one ended?
I mean, they're clearly setting it up for Charlize Theron's character to come back in the next one, to come after all of them again.
So here's
it's going to be cyclical.
So throughout all of these, I guess like 6.
7 and 8.
Yeah, more or less. Or 7, not too much 5, right? So 6, 7, and 8. There's been
there was a build up.
Yeah,
for 6 and 7.
It's kind of like this is the person on the top. This is the person on the top. So I obviously the next one now will be who's above Charlize.
I don't think I think that she was the pinnacle character that they laid out.
No, I think they're kind of doing what they did with the Daniel Craig James Bonds, where it took them 4 movies to reveal Spectre and what Spectre was. Yeah, how they operated. You actually got to see them, and it took them 4 movies to get to that. And this one, I don't know. So I would love to see it that they've resolved this arc in the next one, and then for the 10th one they go back to the original. They're back doing the car culture. Yeah, I would love to see that. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be, but they'd have to do it in a way where it would have to be, something would have to change. There would have to be a psychic shift in what the movie's about, because now they almost, for lack of a better explanation, have immunity. Yeah. From everything now, because now they essentially are again almost absorbed into this black ops guy. Yeah. Mr.
Well,
Nobody,
that's the thing. Like they could,
and they operate out of nowhere.
yeah, right, yeah.
So like camp nowhere.
There was so many good lines in this movie. There was so much like fun. There was
The comedic,
like
the comedic.
Tyrese with
Oh
the 11 my ass line was like so good.
And
dude.
The Rock was like, all right, shrinkage, let's go.
Yeah.
Which was like 10 minutes prior, like a reference.
Yeah, and I love
So many one-liners in this
I
one.
love that Scott Eastwood's character wasn't like a cool guy. They were just like ribbing on him.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like this complete cool calculated guy. He was just like a fumbler and a bumbler.
Till the very end.
Yeah, and I just
But what's his face did have a corny line. Who plays Mr. Nobody again? It's
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. I just don't. I can't stand how they give him so many like corny, like ridiculously over the top. I told you he'd get it in 3. I'm like, come on, man. That's the corniest. Like,
well, I think that's.
And then The Rock has like a
like
cheesy smile. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? Was that necessary? And was like,
I just
you gotta take it there. You can't just let that shit be. Like, you
Yeah.
have to make it like that cheesy.
I
Come
just
on, guys.
think that's him, and that's a part of like the type of movie we're watching. It's no different than like a Schwarzenegger one-liner. You know, like it's just. But
Yeah, but even in
but now-
Expendables, the Schwarzenegger one-liners are. There's just more. They have more poignancy to them.
do they? Because
and
they're
they're
all
funnier.
but they're all one-liners from other movies.
Yeah, but it's because it's inside jokes. These guys making fun of each other. So Stallone and Bruce Willis, and then Schwarzenegger, and then that was it.
But
this is like a repetitive.
Not really though. Schwarzenegger is the only one that does his own one lines from all his other like movies.
Well, no, him and Bruce Willis had an exchange in
Yeah.
Expendables too with.
But it's not like Bruce Willis says "Yippee-ki-yay." They like he'll
Schwarzenegger says that, and then Bruce Willis says,
Yeah.
"No, you've been backing off. I'll be back."
right.
So they go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's just, but that sometimes falls flat, and I don't think it's as memorable as what they do with this one, because at least this one they're doing like original things, or they're doing like they have like repetition. They have
And it's an ever-changing dialogue of jokes. It's never the same joke over and over again recycled.
It's just kind of like
okay, I get
and they kind of use the 3 rule a lot. They kind of say things a certain way 3 times, and by the 3rd time, it's like funnier than it was like the first time because it's coming.
Yeah.
Like the number 11 thing.
Yeah.
Like by the third, when he shoots all the guys off the jet, off the the ski mobiles or whatever.
Yeah.
Like like that was like a good line because like you knew the joke at that point.
Yeah.
And once it was delivered, but did you think the Rock was too superhero in this?
Yeah, his I mean, it was pretty funny when he rips the concrete bench off the wall in prison and starts curling as he's talking. I'm like, all right, that was pretty hysterical.
Dude, I love the rubber bullets thing.
Oh yeah, see
it's
that
like,
I like.
Bullets, big mistake. You're like, what the fuck?
And he's like getting irritated, almost like the Hulk, like, and he's like freaking out.
He like
because they're shooting rubber bullets and it's pissing him off. He's like getting upset. It's so pissing him off.
I liked what they did between him and Jason Statham, where in that scene they established Jason Statham was being like agile and parkour.
Yeah.
And The Rock just being like a straight up bone crushing brawler.
Just Brutus, yeah.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, oh, these guys really like have to fight. And I thought they were eventually going to get there.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to cut it short the way they did, and I was a little disappointed. But then you start to see, okay, there's going to be build up, and they pretty much. It was a little bit of a letdown how they were like their conversation. You know, I think they both understood when they're underneath the car and they're like going back and forth, like trying to figure out how the other person ended up like how they did.
Yeah, I thought,
and they resolved it kind of quick, like it almost like just dissipated instantly.
Well, no, I think it was still there, but at the same time, it was like the understanding that from the Rock side that what just happened to him with his like how they set him up.
Yeah,
Jason Statham got set up and got set up and went down the wrong path, but he started out good.
Yeah.
He had good in him.
Yeah.
And I guess Dom, like being intuitive Dom, saw that, and that's why he was able to recruit his mother and knew he could trust him to save his kid.
Yeah.
Like there, like it kind of like again too, like they do so many subtle, like, and it's so funny. Like all this is on the heels of Jason Statham just killing Han in Tokyo.
Yeah. And that's
like,
it's like
just brutally like running him over with a car. It's just, but that's the like
barreling through downtown Tokyo and like T-boning the shit out of him in like a diesel Mercedes,
shattering, setting it on fire.
He's like in a car that's like literally made out of fiberglass. There's like no frame in his car, and they just launched this thing with a diesel Mercedes like just across the intersection.
Before I got to really like Tokyo Drift, the first time I saw that movie, I was just like watching it, and dude, that scene still like rocked me. Like because the car came out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, and Han was always like
Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collected. Yeah,
like like he was such a good character in that movie, and when they offed him, you're just like, oh my god.
Well, like in true movie fashion, they brought him back for 2 more movies.
Well, they brought him back, and then they retro killed him by placing. Like
placing Toretto in with 5.
Well, yeah, but the sequence of the movies it goes 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 Tokyo Drift, 7, 8. Because Han dies, in the 7th one, right? They go to his funeral, and and Vin Diesel chases Jason Statham.
Yep.
So
no, that's Letty's funeral. That's Letty's funeral. Yeah, no, that's Letty's.
No, Jason Statham's not at Letty's funeral. He's at Han's.
Yes, he is. I'll bet you money.
Letty's funeral. Letty dies by the drug dealer guy. Because they're running the drugs.
Yeah, and that's why he goes.
But Jason Statham doesn't show up until like 2 movies later.
Oh, that's right. They send Paul Walker to go to Letty's funeral to catch Dom when he's an FBI agent still.
Yes.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was Hans. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it was Hans' funeral.
Yeah, because Jason Statham killed him, and he's trying to lure Vin Diesel.
That's what it was. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right about that one. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that. How did I forget that?
But yeah.
Wow. That was that's bad.
But that's the one.
I was just with the expert on these movies, and that's why you brought me.
But that's the one where Vin Diesel chases him, and then they end up in the tunnel.
Yeah, and they play a game of chicken.
They go head on, and it doesn't
so
stop.
Talking about talking about repeating the same joke over again.
Yeah.
He repeats the same line when he shoots him. He's like, "You thought this was going to be a street fight?" Mm-hmm. That was from that scene because he pulls out a crowbar.
Yeah.
Or like a metal pipe.
Right.
And Statham has a gun. Right. Has like an Uzi.
Yeah.
And then that's when Mr. Nobody shows up with
something like you bring it's such and such. So and then that's where Kurt also shows up.
With
his guys repelling. And then
his Black Ops crew.
Somehow in like a giant tunnel, Jason Statham just disappears in that scene. Yeah. Like he's able to run off, and he's like, Vin Diesel's like, "You just let the guy that you're looking for run away."
Yeah.
And you're like. You just had like 20 armed guys in the room, like in the tunnel,
all shooting at him, and then he still has no injuries, and he got away.
There's no one like you don't say to like maybe the intern, like the new guy, say, "Hey, why don't you hang at this end of the tunnel, and
shoot anything that moves,
and apprehend any guy that might be running through,
or just shoot at someone who's running at you."
Right, just do it. You'll have plenty of room.
Do all of your military training that you've probably had 6 years of to get on this crew. And just shoot someone that comes at you.
Yeah, but no, Kurt Russell's like, no, we'll let
them go.
We'll put all of our guys in one spot, so everyone's in frame and they look cool when we're talking. But this film series is so much fun to watch, to talk about, to go through, to look.
Well, because you have the real and the fake. Because
5, 6, 7, and 8, right? Like I guess that's more like the real arc now because that's The Rock kind of really transformed the franchise. Yeah. So you have 5, 6, 7, and 8, and it's such a cool run that they're on. Like you don't know what they're going to do next. You don't know how they're going to top it, but it's going to happen. Like, I don't know what other
Well, there's so many talks, and there's so much buzz around the movie because it was, there were so many talks in regards to, they signed, apparently, and that's where I was surprised, they went a different way with for a good period of time before anything leaked about this storyline and this plot.
Yeah.
They signed on Paul Walker's brother to play his role, and they were going to CG his face.
Yeah,
onto that because it wasn't going to be that much of a shift because they look a lot alike.
Yeah,
so it wasn't going to be a full CG. It was going to be very minor.
Yeah, I don't know like how much of that was like 100%, but the one thing that did come out was that they did have like a post credit scene or like a scene after the movie, like a mid credit sequence.
Yeah.
like how they revealed that Liddy was still alive.
Yeah.
When what's her name, Ryan Gosling's wife, drops the file. I
Yeah.
forget her name. Eva
No,
Mendes.
Eva Mendes, yeah.
She's from the second one.
Yeah.
So she shows up in the post-credit sequence,
Yeah.
gives the file to The Rock, he opens it, and she's there. So that transitions 5 to 6,
Yeah.
essentially, because she was not in the fifth movie.
No.
And so, I forgot what I lost my train of thought. What the heck was I saying?
We were talking about Paul Walker's brother.
Okay, yeah. So in this one, I'm sorry, the post-credit sequence was going to possibly set up a Rock, Jason Statham team-up movie. That's what they were going to have at the end of this movie. Like it was going to be like a spin-off suggestion.
Oh,
and
wow.
they took it out. So who knows? But the two of them had, the character-wise and chemistry-wise, awesome. But
Yeah.
then again, I thought everyone in this movie had good
Yeah.
chemistry and
Because you had different
good
pockets.
banter.
Because you had the new Black Ops guy against the crew.
Yeah.
You had Taj, and you had Ludacris's character and Tyrese's character with the hacker chick picking. So now you've got that dynamic. In the future, you've got
Okay.
Dom and his new family now with the kid and Letty. Like you got
real quick, we saw hacker chick in 7 in the bikini. Mm-hmm. Looking, okay, did not look so in normal clothes on
They
that
didn't-
beach deck or on that roof
yeah.
deck.
They didn't because they didn't set it up that way.
Jeez,
They removed the sex appeal.
that camera pulled away, and her face is so. She's so effing pretty, that girl.
Yeah.
Like
Very
even
good
with
symmetry.
Her, like giant hair.
Yeah, bone
and you're
structure, just
like,
symmetry, everything,
What
yeah.
is that? It's almost like she's like the female version of The Rock. Like when you see The Rock standing next to normal people, you're like, how's that guy human?
Yeah.
Like, how am I the same species
As this guy.
that?
We share chromosomes. Yeah, we
like,
share chromosomes.
Yeah,
on
and
what
when
planet?
that girl is next to like a normal girl, you're
Even Letty.
Yeah.
Even Letty. It's like when they were in the car together. I'm like, even in Terror, when they're getting chased by a submarine,
Yeah.
she's still light speed hotter
Yeah.
than Letty with fear
Yeah.
and even fake fear in her eyes because it's all CG.
Yeah.
Dude, she still looks hotter
Well, I
than
don't know
Letty.
if it's CG, but yeah, but no, but
You know what I mean? The submarine chasing them and they're in the truck.
Oh, I thought you meant her
CG?
I thought you meant her fear was CG.
No,
That's
I'm
what
saying,
it sounded like.
saying
Okay.
like the submarine was CG.
Yes,
it
yeah.
was fake fear from a fake CG scene.
Oh, I see
And
what
she
you mean.
still looks
Yeah.
light speed hotter than Letty.
Yeah,
like
yeah, that girl. So, but I'm telling you, like, I didn't like what she was wearing. I thought at first it was
well, they
like,
sexed her down.
Like
they sexed her
I thought
down.
it was
that's why.
like a string halter top, like when she was talking, and you're like, oh, okay. I'm like, I like where they're going with this side boob, and then the camera pulls away, and she's got like high waisted, stonewashed jeans, and not stonewashed, but they're like super light jeans, and it's just like, like, all right, I'm checking out now, like. You took me out of it. You took me.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean,
that girl could have. Yeah, I mean, come on. But and
it goes to the dynamic of how they shift these movies.
Yeah.
They bring her in with sex appeal.
I know, and
they
then
add her as a
they
character.
normalize her
They
or
normalize her as a
whatever.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know they
so real
they
quick.
humanize her.
So you want to know where this movie is worldwide
Yeah.
right now? 687 million.
And how many? What, first 2 weeks?
First 2 weeks. Yeah.
What beats it? Anything?
Like
What did Beauty and the Beast do?
Well, Beauty and the Beast is just killing. I'll tell you where Beauty and the Beast is right now. Beauty and the Beast, right now, worldwide is 1 billion.
Holy
Almost
shit.
at 1,000,000,001.
How long open though?
That's been out for roughly a month now. But it doesn't matter. Beauty just captured people. This movie, like,
Well, every culture watched that movie. Every
Yeah.
culture has that movie on
what
VHS, DVD,
this movie
Blu-ray.
is like more comparable to like what happened with 6, because 7 was like the Paul Walker one, so
Yeah.
everybody flocked to see it. But the 7-day total for this one, domestic, is roughly 125 so far. Okay, the 7-day total for the first 7 days of 6 was 136. So it's about $10 million, $11 million difference.
Wow.
Which isn't crazy because, those movies are years apart. and it's almost like the same audience.
Yeah.
Like 10 million in that comparison is not a big deal in my eyes. Like for
but you gotta wonder though. Like, look at all the characters that you're paying though.
Yeah,
you gotta wonder. What does the studio have to make between cost and payroll to break even?
Yeah,
on a production like this though. For the cars, for the special effects.
The Fate of the Furious, the budget was $250 million, which is really huge.
Yeah,
astronomical. And then you roll in marketing. So marketing is at least 1 million, 100 million, 25. Okay.
So about 375 million.
So yeah, so worldwide they've already doubled it worldwide.
Yeah. So they've made their money.
Yeah, but at the same time though, like these movies, they have a huge impact post theater. They have great DVD sales. Like the Fast and Furious movies carry on.
DVD sales?
Yeah, they sell very well.
You don't mean streaming online sales?
No.
Who buys DVDs anymore, dude?
People, there's a huge market for DVDs still. Huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
People like it's not everyone knows what to do when it comes to buying iTunes or Google Play or Amazon Instant.
No, it's not even that. I mean, I go on FiOS and it's rent or buy. If I love the movie and I can buy it for $12, where I can rent it for $5.
Right.
If I watch it 3 times, which I watch the crap out of the same movie over and over again. So for me, a movie $12 less to buy is a steal.
It's not like it's just not.
Let's not forget the free section.
Widespread, yeah.
I don't know, man.
But the
I'm leaving to come down here tonight. But my parents ask me, "How do you find the free movies?"
But the but the free section, like when it comes to a dollars and cents standpoint, it's not really free. Like if Comcast is charging you like $50 for a standard package, those free movies are rolled into the cost.
I get that, but what I'm saying is,
you're paying for them.
But that takes away from any sale of a DVD, though. So what you're paying for cents on the dollar for free movies rolled into a package takes away from dollars on the $100 on $1,000 dollars.
But you're also excluding the people who collect and curate the DVDs based on edition covers, based on it being a steelbook, based on special features, commentaries.
Yeah, but you're saying there's more of those people out there, or enough of them out there, than there are regular people who don't care about that stuff?
I think there's enough people out there to have an impact. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. There. I mean, go.
Interesting.
On YouTube weekly, there's people uploading Wednesday DVD runs of or Tuesday when they get released. Right, DVDs come out on Tuesdays. I think it's Tuesday.
You got me, man. That's your world, brother.
Yeah, they document what all the stores have. They upload them to YouTube, and these people have huge accounts, huge views, because people want to know. Like here's the thing, you gotta understand. Not everything is always streamable. It's not. So let's say you wanted to watch Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
It's not on Amazon. It's not digital. It's not anywhere. What's your next best option? You have to buy a DVD to watch that movie,
or go on the darknet.
Like rights expire sometimes when you even when people provide a movie. Yeah. Like for instance, like Amazon Instant might be like, "Hey, we don't have the rights to sell Tokyo Drift anymore."
Or like when HBO takes movies off their list.
And it's off the marketplace. Yeah. But even like sometimes Amazon doesn't even have the right to sell it.
See, that always made me curious because Jurassic World, the newest one, was on HBO for like a minute, and then it got taken off.
Yeah.
So where did it go? Like, why did it get? That's an awesome movie.
It's there's all kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
All kinds of reasons. But that's the thing. I mean, a lot of these are rights, they're turf wars. There's now like we're going to probably reach a phase of consolidation when it comes to streaming services, meaning that Comcast being Comcast is going to want to absorb another provider. Like they've already got a stake in Hulu. Comcast has like a 30% stake in Hulu, I believe.
Yeah,
might be more.
It was Netflix or Hulu. They were going after one of them, and they got their hooks into Hulu first.
Yeah, well,
I think faster.
Well, they got their hooks in Hulu. Might be like 5 or 6 years already.
Early on,
yeah, they got it like very early on. But the thing is, maybe they made a bet. Like they bet on Hulu and said no to Netflix or whatever, and Netflix became the winning horse.
Yeah.
Like easily.
Yeah.
But
Netflix is turning into its own entity.
Yeah.
Like, and not, when I say entity, it already was from a company standpoint, but I mean like Netflix is now producing its own shows.
Yeah.
Its own movies.
Well, their
own original content that's from Netflix, not like from USA featuring Netflix. It's Netflix originals.
Yeah,
like,
they purchase and then they put their name on it.
Yep.
Like they'll buy stuff from like studios. I think they've just went in on completing a Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah.
That one of the studios was backing out of, and it was got Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. Everyone's in this movie. It's like a
Oh yeah,
I forget what it's about.
I read about
but
that.
I think it's another gangster movie.
Yep.
But it has like everyone in it.
Yeah.
And it got too expensive for the studio, so Netflix just came in and we were like, well, we're like made of money.
Yeah.
So here's we scraped some money from.
We got House of Cards 3 sales.
Yeah. Here's our money we scraped from our parking lot. Is this enough? Wait, hold up. We're gonna just we found some money in some garbage. Couple bags.
We've had to clear out one of our trash bags from House of Cards season 1.
Yeah, let us know.
Even an extra $500 million from season 1 of House of Cards. Is this enough?
So, but no. Let's kind of wrap this up though. I thought this movie was just really just fun. Everything I wanted it to be.
It was better than what I expected.
Yeah,
definitely better than what I expected. They did a great job.
The airplane, like
scenes,
the jetpack flying into the cargo bay of that, that AWAC that they were flying. Like,
yep.
I don't know, man. That was cooler than a cucumber.
Yep.
And they borrowed the scene or the scenario in. I told you about rewatching the movie in Face Off. I don't know if you remember in the Face Off when they put the headphones on the baby when they're raiding Nicolas Cage's gangster house.
Yeah.
And it's over the rainbow.
Yeah.
Going through the kid's ears.
Yep.
And he's like saving his kid and like shooting all the FBI agents and John Woo slow-mo, like sparks flying style. So I thought that was like a nice little nod. I'm pretty like sure that's what they were paying homage. So
really,
I'm positive they were just like, and it's so great. It's such a great thing to do.
Yeah.
And when's another movie gonna have a chance to do that? Like it's not like something that's
you can't just build it into a storyline.
Yeah, we're like, let's do that face-off scene again. Like no. Like this movie was like
Furious 8 did it already.
Yeah,
we can't do it again.
Like someone in the room when they were talking about this was like, hey, you guys remember Face Off? How about we do this and Face Off? And then people are like, yeah.
I feel like
that would be dope.
I feel like the joke in The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg about Face Back is basically like a slap in the face to Facebook and John Wick. The Face Off movie and Facebook the
I thought
got made fun of in one fell swoop.
I thought you were going to go into the we have a taste for lying bit. We have a taste for lying. Okay.
We were the breathing apparatus made of kelp.
Yeah, made out of kelp.
Not days, hours.
Yeah, that didn't go as you expected.
Did it?
Yeah, how'd that go? Not as you expected. Dude, the one part that I always pee myself at in that when he gives him the FBI mug in the car.
Oh yes, he throws it out the window.
He throws it out the window. It's like, dude, I don't know why that gets me every single time. Every single time I see that, it's like the first time.
Did you get it though? It's like FBI with female body inspector.
And someone looks at the mug and they're like, "Oh, that doesn't mean FBI. That's female body inspector."
Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, what? That's so good, so good. So, we ate good during this movie. Did you eat all your tenders?
All my tenders.
You know what happened with mine? I don't know. I think they gave me more than 5 chicken tenders. Because I kept eating
I had 6.
them. I kept eating them. And I'm like, because I was like, they gave tequila and whatever. And
I definitely had 6 tenders.
And I'm just like, how am I still eating these? Like, I kept eating them. I'm like, this is not 5. It's not 5 tenders.
I had 6.
I think
I had 6 tenders.
I think they dumped a bag in there and were like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And like the freaking kid back there was like, they don't pay me to count. Like, they don't pay me to count.
We got too many of these orders at once. It's gonna take a whole bag to make them.
I thought those boxes were big too. Weren't those big boxes that all that food came in? I had to give you mine to open. I couldn't even open mine. I'm like, could you open this for me, Mark?
Dude, it was like a Chinese puzzle box.
Yeah,
it really was.
But it was like a shoebox.
And it was this shiny. And it was this like ultra shiny, like almost vinyl type material. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, dude, what?
It had like a stamp on it too. I don't know what the stamp was. It had like a impression.
Was it a tramp stamp?
Seal.
Tramp stamp?
Yeah, probably a tramp stamp, like some tribal bullshit. This is where you finish, Daddy.
Oh gosh. That went dark real quick.
Do any of the girls you mess around with like that? Like do they have you as daddy in their cell phone?
No,
because that's something that's
a high
emerging.
level. Yeah, that's a high level basket of crazy that I haven't encountered for a long time.
Yeah, I'm waiting to encounter it. I can't wait.
It's been a while. I
remember
one person that I encountered it.
I just won't be a daddy to some girl.
It was more of a joke though. Like she said it, and it was like an inside joke where, you know, I felt like she meant it the way I wanted her to mean it.
The way I wanted her.
But
the way I sent her mind bullets.
Yeah, but she was playing into it because she knew I wanted her to. Mm-hmm. Not the pure she wanted it.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
But here's the thing. I think when girls refer to daddy as that, I don't think they're talking about like you as a daddy. They're talking about you as like a dominant
male figure in their life
for sexy time. Yeah, for dirty time.
Hey, I got the 6-time reference, Pete.
Before we sign off, I'm going to hold up a doll, and I want you to show me where he touched you.
It's not even a doll, Pete.
It's just your hand. Well, here, pretend.
I feel like we just should do like a makeshift episode of Law and Order SVU.
Law and Order 6i.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we do. We gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to finish our tequila. We're going to crash out.
Right? As I say, you don't have to go home, but you have to get the hell up out of here.
It's a long movie too, man.
Yeah.
We got out. It was like 1:00.
Shit.
Dude, and I get what do they do? Every single trailer. Like they just kept going. They kept going.
Yeah, there was like 5 or 6 previews.
Yeah, and you know what? Too, don't give me the homo buffer. The buffer seat, the homo buffer, the homophobe buffer.
No, you know what that was? That was actually the buffer of the popcorn. I was gonna put the popcorn there.
Stupid. Because you can't talk to the person next to you. You can't. You gotta lean, and it's loud, and it's like I don't know what. You said a couple things to me. I don't really know what they were. I really don't. But it was nice. I laughed.
Same with you.
Oh, you knew it. Look, everyone knew what I was saying because I ain't hold back my voice.
I know.
The whole section knew what I was saying.
And that one fight scene, I was like, oh shit. I yelled it. I was like, oh, well, that was a lot louder than I thought it was going to be.
That was really awesome fight choreography in this. All right, let's sign off. Say, why don't you say goodbye? Special guest, Mark.
Yoo-hoo.
Saying goodbye.
Sup.
All right, that's it.